Welcome back to Holtham's Apiary. I'm Jason Holtham. And in this video, I'm going to go into Colony 1. I need to take out the drone frame and cut the drone brood out. It's been 3 weeks and we do not want the drone frame to be in longer than 3 weeks. Also, I'm going to take a look at the overall state of the colony so I can kind of get an idea of how I want to plan my split, which will probably happen in a couple of weeks. And maybe I'll just quickly take a look inside of the honey super and see how they're doing with the honey. You won't want to miss it. Still a lot of bees in the honey super, but I'll check that at the end. We'll crack this open. Some smoke. Oh yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's all empty, or it's all open here, but there's eggs all in there. So now I'll come to the drone frame. There's a little bit of worker brood on here on the top. But the way that this queen is laying eggs, I don't have to worry about it. There's the queen. Right there. So I can get her off. Trying to grab her here so I can put her in the hive. It's hard to do with gloves. So, I got her. There she is. She's fine. Don't worry. She's fine. And I'm just gonna... And she just crawled back down again. So, she's okay. As always, I brush the bees off. I see a play cup on here. A play cup or a swarm cup is the normal thing. They build them. The main thing is that there's no egg in there. I'm going to check that in a second. So did I get all the bees off? Nope, not yet. Some of them are really, really stubborn. Alright, so I think that was the last one. Nope, there's another one on the bottom of the frame. I want to get them all off so that they can just get on with things. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to put the drone frame in again. I'm instead going to give them this frame of drawn out comb that they can actually continue to place brood into. So let me put this to the side. I'm going to take a look real quick at that and before I cut it out. But let me continue with my inspection here. I notice here too there's quite a bit of propolis here built up. I'm going to try to scrape some of that off so that this frame, see the bees are already on there. They're already excited about that frame. I'm going to scrape some of this propolis out of here. So it's okay to let that stuff fall down inside. That won't bother them. And like I said, I'm going to have to check out that play cup, see if there's an egg in there. If there is, that means the bees are preparing for swarming. Lots of brood. They have quite a bit of drones actually, so they don't need any more drones. Let me see if there's any play cups on this side. I don't see any. So we'll put that back in. I'll probably end up taking out that other frame that's on the end that had lots of drone brood on it as well, and give them a different frame to build on. Lots of drones. There are a lot of drones in here. That's crazy. So they built some stuff down here too. I'm just gonna leave that be. There's no. Oh, there's a play cup though, right there on the bottom. See, this right here is what we call a play cup or a swarm cup. I hope you can see it. And let me take a look inside. There isn't an egg in there. So what I can also do is I can break it open like that to get a better look. No, there's nothing in there. Nothing. Alright, so there's another play cup. Yeah. I mean, they do have a pretty tight living quarters here, so I can understand them trying to figure out if they want to swarm or not, but I don't think that they're gonna swarm because I've given them so much room to build, and I always give them, or I have been giving them that drone frame that normally keeps them pretty calm. Now what I could do is I could shake them all off and take a look at those play cups, but I'm not going to do that. I plan on splitting this hive in 2 weeks anyway, so even if they were planning on swarming, I'll hopefully catch it before they can actually swarm. So that's good. Looking good. Alright. Here we still have lots of brood. They have just so many drones. That's crazy. Want to pass on their genetics. There's a play cup. No, that's not a play cup. Brood, 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 lots of brood. It'll be fun splitting them. This is all brood, looking very nice. There's the queen. So she moved over to another frame that's what she feels is suitable for her. Yeah, this is the frame that I actually put in that didn't have any wax foundations on it, and there's a lot of drone brood on here, so I'm also going to remove this one and then just give them a different frame to work on. Give them a nice shake. And That gets most of them off. Yeah, the problem was I think I also had, this frame had a lot of drones on it to begin with. In other words, when I placed it in, I noticed how the drones were, how the bees were raising drones on here. And that's probably why they have so many in the hive. But that's okay, I'm going to take this out. Also give them a different frame to build on. Alright, so I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to set this to the side. I'm not even going to look at that outside frame. I'm pretty sure it's food. And I'm going to go ahead and close up. Let the bees calm down a little bit. Let's set that back in. All right. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. The canola flow is starting to come to an end slowly. I think maybe maximum 1.5 to 2 more weeks. And then the canola flow here at this elevation will be already past. Well, it smells so good. On this side, they've actually started capping on top. So probably, I imagine when we get a little bit more closer to the center here, there's going to be more frames with capped honey. This is also very full. On top is a little bit of capped honey. On this side, the upper, on this side, this is all capped honey. It's looking nice. Close it up again. That looks great. Look at that. That's beautiful. The rule of thumb is normally when 2/3 of the frame are capped, then normally the honey, even the nectar that's underneath it, is dry enough for you to harvest. There's actually a bee walking around here with pollen on her legs. But like this frame, for instance, I would consider, yeah, I would probably consider that would be almost ready for harvesting. So this one they drew out. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. All right, so I think, like, you know, I've been saying, end of May. Today is what, the 15th, I believe? 15th? Yeah, so 2 more weeks. Canola will be done. There will be no more canola blossoms available. And the bees will start looking for other sources. They'll probably end up going more into the forest to gather honeydew. They will also gather nectar from raspberry and from blackberry bushes. And they'll continue to bring in nectar. Another very significant source of nectar here in Germany, especially in this part of Bavaria, is the basswood tree. In German, it's Lindenbaum. I believe also in Great Britain it's called linden, or I think they even call it the lime tree. And that's a very important source of food, and that will basically be the next source of nectar that the bees will really bring a lot of nectar in from. All right, that's it for this video. Colony 1 is looking really good. I have no doubts that they're going to be a strong colony, and that when I make a split, that both of those split colonies will also do very well. One thing I wanted to mention just really quickly is that when you start off beekeeping, I highly recommend that you keep a book, that you have a little notebook with you, and that you always write down notes about the things that you did when you're visiting your bees and things that you have to do in the near future. Sometimes it can get really easy to forget what you observed in a colony, so it's nice to write those things down. You don't always have to write a lot of information, but basic things that you observed and what you want to do the next time that you visit your apiary. Good. If you haven't already done it, please subscribe, and we'll get more content out to you as soon as possible. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have fun beekeeping.